Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about a heroic heavy plasma incinerator build for the heavy class in Space Marine 2 past 12. Now, the heroic heavy plasma is one of my favorite plasma options in the game. I actually kind of prefer this one over the relic tier currently because the only thing you're really losing out on are the charge shots, and that does kind of suck. But the heroic perk effect here, plasma hail, and heavy stance get an increase in fire rate instead of charge shots. This just makes your weapon fully automatic. And if you use your reload button after every single common shot here, you will still get like 0 cooldown on your weapon at all. I'll show that in game for like a split second, where like basically all you have to do on the heavy plasma is just hit your reload button as soon as you fire, and you will just immediately cool down your weapon, which does allow us to take things in our perk tree like fast venting instead and stuff like contingency plan for melee damage, because you really don't need the perks up here like common cooling and rapid cooling, because your overheat just never takes effect anyways. Next perk here is Plasma Collection, going here into the perk Efficient Charge. Now, unfortunately on this weapon, all the charge shots perk do nothing for you, so unfortunately you just kind of have to take like some dead perk points. That's just the way it is for now until they rework the perk tree. But the perk I take after this is of course Adamant Restoration. When your health drops below 30%, your ammo reserve is restored by 25% of the maximum capacity. Cannot exceed maximum ammo capacity. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, on this build, I am not taking the perk Fortitude, so sitting around 30% HP is a little bit more difficult for us than it would be otherwise. But that being said, more ammo on this gun is very useful because pretty much every single heavy plasma variant is incredibly ammo inefficient, and especially this one, so having this perk does help a lot. Next perk here is Heavy Fire, moving here into the perk Weapon Strike for even more melee damage. Now, I did pick up a ton of melee perks on this build, like Enhanced Force and Exponential Force down here, because the melee perks on Heavy are actually pretty decent at times for Horde Clear and do save you a bit of ammo. Next perk here is Brutal Rampage. After killing 3 enemies or more with one shot, you deal 25% more damage for 5 seconds. The Heavy Plasma Incinerator actually has a lot of AoE on its common shots, so blowing apart 3 Zangors, 3 Cultists, or 3 Hormigons really not that hard to do at all, and a 25% damage buff is pretty substantial. Next perk here is Fast Venting, up here into the dead perk Charged Cooling, and the final perk is Plasma Collection, because ammunition is just way too important on this gun, and that's pretty much all there is for the heavy plasma. Now for the secondary weapon, you can really take whatever you want. You could take a heavy bolt pistol, standard bolt pistol, or Inferno. I took a rate of fire plasma here, mainly for stagger and the CHP recovery versus chaos. I find the rate of fire plasma is just the best option against chaos spawn and stuff like that, though the Inferno pistol, after the 22% gun strike damage buff in patch 12, does feel significantly better. If you want to take this and build this way, you definitely could. Now, as far as the perk tree for the rate of fire plasma, you pretty much always build ammo on the top. It does kind of suck that the ammo, or I should say the perk selection on this weapon, requires you to pick up all the ammo perks pretty much all the time, because without these, you'll run out in like 2 seconds, and pretty much every plasma gun in Space Marine 2 is already very ammo inefficient, but this one especially will run out in like 2 seconds, so that's pretty much all there is for the secondary setup on this one. Now, for the heavy perk tree, I do take the perk here, Restoration, first. Killing 7 enemies rapid succession restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. As far as the options are concerned in this column, multi-kill does nothing for you. Auxiliary ammunition just kind of sucks. Even though ammo restoration is pretty strong, this is one of the worst ammo restoration perks in the entire game, because usually you're not 100% out of ammo anyways, so we just want to have the armor regen instead. Next perk here is Strategic Stand. While in heavy stance, dealing damage restores 15% more contested health. You don't lose control from heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back, but you will not be able to move. Now, not being able to move really doesn't matter in the heavy stance at all, and a higher contested health recovery here does help out, but the main reason we want this perk is so we don't have to take perks in our perk tree here like heavy immunity, because having no knockback in your heavy stance is incredibly useful, especially on this one, because being able to not get knocked around while you're trying to fire off your full damage, that is very important on like every heavy stance weapon. Next perk here is Enhanced Force. Melee damage increases by 30%. You don't have to take this if you don't want to. I just built for melee for fun. I think the better perk option here is definitely Overwhelming Power. When Iron Halo is active, all team members within 10 meters deal 10% more range damage. This one will simultaneously trigger with the perk over here, Brute Force, for a 25% damage increase in total, because Iron Halo does count as in cooldown while it's active, which is pretty funny. I feel like this one's definitely better for that reason, but more melee damage is also pretty fun. Next perk here is Additional Supplies. Ammo capacity for all team members' primary weapons increases by 25%. I pretty much always take this perk on the Heroic Plasma because the Heroic Plasma likes to run out of ammo in like 2 seconds, so you definitely want this one. Though if you want Encompassing Aegis, this is a stronger perk overall, but ammunition is also very valuable. Next perk here is Adamant Will. After an Iron Halo deactivates, you will take 20% less health damage for 10 seconds. Now, since we're not taking the perk here Fortitude for a 30% health increase, having more damage reduction for our HP directly is very valuable for us because sometimes the heavy does just get like stun locked and popped because you do have a permanently locked balance window in the heavy plasma here, so this one does help you out. And the next perk here is Field Adjustment. Iron Halo recharges 20% faster, but its durability is reduced by 25%. This just allows you to get back more of your Iron Halos, though I will say Power Regulator does come out to about the same cooldown as this one in effect, just because you have a longer lasting Iron Halo, but this one is still a little bit faster. So you want to pick this one up, you definitely could, but this one's still a very strong option. Next perk here is Brute Force for the reasons I previously mentioned, and the final perk here is Offensive Capability. When active, Iron Halo deals damage over time to all enemies within 5 meters. This perk is just free damage on your Iron Halo. It will wipe out cultists, it'll wipe out spore mines, it will run over bramble and stuff like that. Super powerful utility option, and honestly, the other signature perks are either like straight up useless, like Coolant Reserve, or they're okay, or like a little bit more niche for CDR for your teammates. So like if you have a super setup team, you could definitely pick this one, though for the purposes of this build, offensive capability is definitely better, especially when you're taking melee perks like I am, because you're just getting even more damage while you're using Iron Halo. Now, for the Prestige perks, I do take Auxiliary Reload first. Melee kills of Extremist or higher enemies restore your Private's ammo by 1 magazine. This just helps solve your ammo economy a bit. This is also a percentage restore on the Heavy Plasma here, so having a higher base capacity like this means you're getting a lot more off of the single triggers from this one, so really good for that. And the next perk here is Conviction for 25% health damage reduction for 10 seconds on Armor Break. Moving here to the perk Exponential Force for 100% more melee damage on top of our other melee damage buffs. And the final perk here is Indomitable Spirit. While performing a gun strike, you don't lose control of heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. There are points in time where you will simply have to gun strike an enemy to get your contested health back, and without this perk, you will get cooked, so I would definitely pick this up on the heavy class pretty much always. And that is all there is for the heavy build here, guys. The Heroic Heavy Plasma is one of the better ranged weapons in the game currently for the Heroic options, and as far as the other Heroic options are concerned for the heavy class currently, between like this, the Heroic Heavy Bolter, and the Heroic Heavy Bolt Rifle, I think it's second best because the Heroic Heavy Bolter is just really good for the fencing window, but as far as damage is concerned, the DPS on this one is tremendous, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more. And if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, bye.
Your heritage.
this way now.
No quarter granted me profane violence. Put down the foul dog. The Emperor's grace smites.
And we're back to full ammo, pretty much.
Heretic.
Just having Argent Edge on Heavy would be Chef's Kiss. That was pretty gross. They definitely tried to stack a lot of unblockables on me there.
Pack a little more bite.
Unfortunately, my epic melee build isn't actually that epic when it comes to stomping out a Hive Tyrant, not Hive Tyrant, Hellbrute. But FTG, do you time the gun strikes on the Hellbrute? I can't remember if it's the Hellbrute card effects. It's a swing immediately after a parryable attack. Next to be gun strike immediately after. I mean, it depends on their moveset. They all have those.
Astropathic relay ahead. Caution, brothers. The relay seethes with warp energy.
They all have those. There is one on the Hellbrute that if you hit your backstep immediately after, you'll get the parry off with perfect dodge after.
No holding back now.
If I ever get Iron Halos on other classes, I fucking hope so. That's why this Iron Halo only exists here. This was supposed to be for Sergeant Matoris, but Heavy was the only class in the game that had an Iron Halo, so.
Sorcerous heretic. I'm granted no fear. That target from rallying fresh woman. Steal yourself. More are coming. One death is insufficient penalty.
So big.
Execute that. Let me stop their call for aid. Let us finish this. We have done well putting down this twisted horror.
I think that's so much a DPS. Does the enemy HP scale with the amount of players? No. It scales with difficulty, that's it. And even like after Ruthless difficulty, enemy HP is the same.
Status report. Relay heavily damaged. Friendly casualties. Next demand.
Or that felt like for them.
Ammunition here. Resources acquired. Arrogance and ambition. That was for the third war.
Oh my god, I'm not getting a lot of benefit of my melee perks right now. Let's hope we're not fighting Tyranids. Against Tyranids, the melee is even better. Banner Relic. Okay, we're cooking now. We are cooking. Probably felt like the warm light of God. Yeah, I assume Plasma probably deals something adjacent to the warm light of God. Or other things. Like Plasma. Ow. That's my heavy stance to dodge that one. Foolish behavior from a foolish man.
Remove that spearman from the battle.
I'm gonna get my melee value. Ow. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not, maybe not.
Our adversary wishes to renew their assault. Deny them any advantage. Sanctified maneuvers.
That guy was worthy of a whole plasma shot just for himself.
Keep them off guard.
You're kind of sad Chiron died. I think it'd been pretty hyped to see the boys get back together in Space Marine 3. Well, they're just making room for Sergeant Matoris. That's all they're doing. They killed Chiron, and he's getting replaced by Sergeant Matoris, because Sergeant Matoris didn't even really exist until the Secret Level episode. Like, now he is intrinsically linked to Titus, no matter what. Because, like, he's the guy who found him and brought him into the Ultramarines. So they want to expand that story, I imagine. Hello? Who dares?
Corruption is widespread. This facility is compromised.
Terminator advancing.
Alright, what happened? Just don't stop shooting, okay? You just have to believe. Yeah, you gotta have faith in the plasma, okay?
Load up.
It's not called a strategic stand for nothing. You just sit there. This is from an Astropath, dude. Look at these little skulls. Handcrafted by Zinch.
Corrupted astropods identified. Corrupted astropods targeted.
All the psychic power this guy can muster is like 5 skulls.
Made of love.
I see you, champion in the ether. Approach and binge upon their suffering.
Psychic asset compromised by thousand summons. Unknown summoning ritual.
Death is the only cure for this
All right.
type of madness.
We must neutralize.
We got the
the
nice one here. This is the less obnoxious one of the other two.
Relic in the vicinity.
I much prefer going through these 3 than the giant hole position in the middle map.
Alter destruction.
I bet in Space Marine 3 our campaign companions will be Matoris and Gadriel. Oh, like guaranteed to be Matoris and Gadriel. Sure. I would put money on that.
No holding.
Gun feels really good when you go full ammo.
Our duty to
Gotta say.
end these horrors.
Ow. Oh, I'm almost right.
Enemy substructure negated.
Pack a little more fight. Thousand suns forced approach. Rush his helmet like
I'm not this guy's dead.
Codex demand. Whatever foul entity you serve, it's abandoned.
Now we're back up to full ammo again. a wondrous contribution.
Another the host of madness.
Engage the altar. It must fall.
How can I play every day in the middle of the day? Let me think about that. How does he do it? I'm on my computer, of course. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Thank you, Carl. We're talking about in Space Marine 1, he is captain, he plays him. Oh yeah, Titus. He did get a bit of a demotion, didn't he? FTG, do you think Space Marine 3 off-mass will be procedural and modular like Warframe? Probably not. There's no reason to believe it would be like that. They said nothing about that.
Sanctified Marines. Ammunition here.
Why people hate the Rings of Power, I thought was the best of the series, and now we're just trolling.
Follow me through.
This is pure rage bait. Mods, go ahead, man.
Has been set. Your fate decided.
Heretics employing deceptive tactics.
None shall escape the insatiable transformation.
Dark conflict of unholy power ahead. The second company is already lost. We are its last pathetic gasp. Deceptive military tactics in play. Do not engage.
Keep them off guard. We have done well. Pushing down these
I think it's so ammo inefficient with this. I'm gonna just walk through the skulls real quick here. The Cardinals champion pack should have been way better. I mean, it was a cosmetic pack, I don't think the champion pack. It was much better than the Salamander one, I think. Much better.
arrogance and obscene.
Powerful heretic combatant detected. Move to investigate.
The only DLC I regret buying was a Salamander's Champion Pack. That was a pretty shit one. That was egregiously fucking shit, wasn't it?
Search your will to our bodies to slaughter the interlopers.
Target is protected by heretical sorcery. The shield leaches vital essence from the psychic.
Should I buy both Season Years passes? I mean, if you want both of them, good. You can see what's in them. If you like what's in them, you can buy it. I think they're pretty well priced for like what you get if you want the cosmetics.
Keep them off guard.
There's a lot of stuff in them.
Neutralize compromised astropathic assets.
And the DLC voice pack's now free as well, so. You also hope you can turn off the Iron Halo while executing. I mean, you can.
Psychic combatant pacified.
See?
Traitorous scum have been exterminated.
They fixed that a long time ago.
Neutralize compromised astropathic assets.
There was a time when you couldn't turn it off.
Hostile astropath executed.
SG, what are your thoughts on the prestige system currently? Do you think classes need... Hold on. Need a complete overhaul as a whole, just prestige system? I mean, I think most of the class perks in this game are pretty shit. Or maybe not most of them. A lot of them are actually pretty good now, but the perk variety is lacking pretty severely.
Glory to the Imperium!
There we go.
Neutralize astropaths.
Terminator advancing! The throne wants denied it! The Shanghai is reduced to a stain on the
There's all classes with as much variety as tactical. It's a heavy order.
Right sector all sighting abundance.
Just believe in the gun. The plasma delivers you.
equipment found. Waste nothing, brothers.
Tactical. Compromised astropath is a target.
No holding.
Neutralize astropaths. Astropath interference halted.
And now the leader has no shield.
Attack the remaining psyker.
Alright, now we can finally go to
There is
the
no going back.
glorious Vortex Beast. And do what we did to all of those guys to him instead.
New objective. Eliminate any and all warp aberrations.
A dark path is ended today. The Codex demands it.
But I guess Bulwark is easier to understand if you know anything about 40k. I mean, I feel like most of the classes are hard to understand in this game. It's just like what you like, right? I guess you're right in the sense that a Bulwark is just a knight. Well, it really is.
Follow me through. No holding back now. Obstacle removed.
Interloper from the warp detected below.
How the fuck do they get out of this thing? That's my question.
Focus on the beast and engage. Hammer the monstrosity. Incoming warp barrels.
Try to nail me with that one. Not very polite. I actually don't know if I can stop that with this.
Orbit is disengaging. It drags us along with it. Sorcery suspected. The corruption here exceeds even our limits. Search for egress points. Observation. I see a light. Conditions tolerable. Offensive resumed.
Sanctified believers.
Tentacles are the priority targets.
Your heresy is ended.
Tentacle threat pacified. Fire on the beast.
Okay, I'm actually gonna ping pong there.
Sticks ejected. The Codex demand.
Seek cover immediately.
Oh, he just whiffed that. That's funny. Oh, he did it again. Not moving, even though you're gigantic, and I should never ever be able to miss you, but. Please stand more still, like this. Thank you. Most annoying attack this guy has. Let's grab this.
Keep them off guard. Fire on that malign horror. The water forms and we catch all that touches.
For science. Oh, that's up. I don't think I just always instinctively dodge that. And just like kind of sit here, huh?
The beast is nearly spent. Execute target now.
That's heavy plasma gaming. Ultramarine Deathwatch drift goes hard. It's pretty cool. Usually I take Dark Angels with that, but that was also pretty fun. Pretty cool looking, I must say.